The baffling disappearance of Jason Jalkowski. You might remember him from our recent video, 10 people who mysteriously vanished after their last online activity. He was a responsible young man who, after a simple phone call to his boss, disappeared without a trace on a short walk to meet a co-worker. Today, we descend into the heart of one of Nebraska's most perplexing missing persons cases, the haunting disappearance of Jason Jalkowski. His story is a chilling reminder of how a seemingly ordinary day can suddenly become a permanent, unsolved mystery. On the morning of June 13th, 2001, a simple phone call set in motion a chain of events that would haunt a family for over 2 decades. 19-year-old Jason Jalkowski received a call from his boss at Fazoli's, a fast food restaurant in Omaha, Nebraska. His boss asked a simple question: could Jason come in early for his shift? The young man hesitated as his car was in the shop, meaning he had no immediate way to get there. But Jason was a responsible and dedicated young man, not the type to leave his boss hanging. He told him he'd call right back after arranging a ride. That phone call, a fleeting moment in time, would be the last known digital era communication of Jason Jalkowski. After arranging a ride with another co-worker, Jason agreed to meet them at Benson High School, his former school, just 8 blocks away from his home. It was a route he knew well, a walk he'd taken countless times. Before leaving, he did one last chore: bringing the garbage cans in from the curb, a task witnessed by his brother Michael and a neighbor. Dressed casually with his Fazoli's shirt in hand, Jason set off on the short, familiar walk to Benson High. And then he was gone. His co-worker waited in the high school parking lot, expecting him at 11 a.m. Minutes passed, then a half hour. At 11:30 a.m., she called the Jalkowski home, only to have Jason's younger brother, Michael, answer. Michael, initially joking by pretending to be Jason, quickly realized the gravity of the situation when he heard the panic in the caller's voice. Jason had left over half an hour earlier. He definitely should have been there. Those hours turned into a full day. His family reported him missing 24 hours later, following the standard waiting period at the time. Law enforcement, however, didn't immediately take the case seriously, assuming Jason had run away, which was all too often the case. It wasn't until 10 days later that an official investigation began, a crucial delay that could have cost them vital leads. When authorities finally acted, they uncovered a disturbing absence of any trace of Jason. Surveillance cameras at Benson High showed he never arrived. His bank account, with over $650, remained untouched, and his car sat unused in the garage. His ATM card and cell phone were never activated, and even his final paychecks from Fazoli's were left uncashed. What could have possibly happened? One theory suggests Jason was struck by a vehicle, but this is highly unlikely. Hit and runs typically leave debris, and a search found nothing between his house and the school. For another car not to drive by in a populated area was also highly improbable. Yet no witnesses came forward. A runaway theory is equally weak. Jason was excited about his future, especially a new radio job he had lined up. He had no history of depression or distress, and only $60 on him, hardly enough to start over. And so, the most plausible and chilling explanation became that Jason was abducted. Was it a stranger? Someone who pulled up alongside him in a car, offered him a ride, and lured him in? Or perhaps it was someone he knew, a familiar face, who could have easily convinced Jason to accept a ride with a reasonable excuse. But still, no evidence has ever surfaced regarding this either. His family, specifically his mother Kelly, has turned her grief into action. She became a leading advocate for missing persons, founding Project Jason, a non-profit dedicated to helping families of the missing. Her tireless work led to the passing of Jason's Law, which created Nebraska's first statewide missing persons database. Over 20 years later, Jason's case remains one of Nebraska's most baffling and haunting disappearances. The truth is still out there, waiting to be uncovered, a silent testament to a life that vanished on a short, familiar walk, leaving behind a heartbroken family and a community that has never given up hope. This has been a deep dive into the heartbreaking and deeply mysterious story of Jason Jalkowski. You can find the full stories of other chilling cases mentioned in our top 10 video. 10 people who mysteriously vanished after their last online activity. By clicking the links in the description below and the pinned comment. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll explore another perplexing disappearance from our list. Each case a haunting testament to the fragility of life in our interconnected world. Thank you for watching.